We're going to have a bit of an interactive session this time, that you guys are joining us. One of the first things I like to tell people is if you're new to Butter, you control the volume of the music. So if it's a bit too loud, you can go to the player at the bottom of your screen and adjust that volume. I just sent an image in the chat as well, if you're not sure where that is. So, and I also see some people starting to interact with one of these flashcards that we have up, which is what is your energy level. These interactive flashcards, if you just hold your buzzer, your mouse over them, you can kind of stand on that as well. Nice to see some familiar faces. Hi, Gomez. Hi, Daddy. So we'll just kind of wait a minute or two more as we have people join us. Today we are kicking off a refresh of our community. Got a bit of a wide range of energy levels, kind of leaning towards the deflated side. Even if that's because it's morning for you, maybe you haven't had enough coffee yet, or maybe it's the end of the day, and it's been a long day as well. So, yeah. Also, if you'd like, you can introduce yourself into the chat as well, waiting as well. We can talk about, maybe say who you are, where you're located, what kind of job you got. Bunch of people typing in there. Today's workshop or meetup is open to a larger group, anyone in the design community, and we're here today to talk about and think about and explore and understand our evolving desires as designers. Kind of look at where the field is right now. Maybe there are a variety of communities that you work with. One of them might be the guild that we're working with, but maybe you're involved in other communities. And thinking about what our desires are and what we wish for the future. And so what that will kind of look like today is a quick kind of agenda. The first thing we're going to do will be co-creating together our desires for the future. And we do that by kind of observing and looking at the past and doing some reflection of what has been positive or negative in the past. And then we'll come together and collaborate and make a creative collage together to imagine what the future could be like. So today will involve some mural board, some breakout rooms, and some really wonderful discussions between our designers as well. So that's a bit of the small agenda of what we're doing today. But I know some of you have used Butter before, which is the platform that we're in right now. But I'd love to just quickly give some of you who maybe aren't as familiar with it a quick overview of what it is and how you can interact with it. And the reason why we use this is because it really engages in participation and engagement in a variety of ways. So this is Butter. And one of the things we love about it is you can react, and those will kind of pop up. So on your left side panel, you'll see the react button, and you can hit different emojis on there and talk and get them all going. Feel free to use those at any time. There's also a queue. So if you have a question and want to kind of unmute yourself and let us know maybe what that is, you right under the react button, you'll see a queue, and you can say, I have a comment, I have a question, or I have an idea. Any one of those will kind of let us know that you have something you want to communicate. You can also leave the queue after that. There's also the chat, which you have been introducing yourselves into. You can also put some wonderful GIFs in there and react or comment on thread on other people's ideas as well. There is some notes on, that's the last thing kind of on your left side panel. When you open up the notes, it will be automatically open up to shared notes, but you can also switch over to private notes that will get emailed to you after the event as well. There's some hotkeys where you can use an M to mute and unmute yourself, and also V to kind of turn your camera on and off. But if we're ready to get started, this is one of those interactive stamp cards again. We can hover our mouse over and just kind of give me a stamp to let me know that we're ready to kind of get going. Nice, got some thumbs up in the reactions as well. Okay, so today we're talking about design and community and what we're kind of hoping for it. And so what I wanted to start off, just so we're all on the same page of even what we mean by this idea of community, is how would you define your design community? My friends who are also designers, my coworkers who are designers, maybe you're thinking about the Guild of Working Designers, other designer communities of practice, any designer I meet. How might you define what you think of as community? You can also vote multiple times here, so you don't have to pick just one. Okay. Yeah, most people vote, and so I'll give a little bit of results for you as well. So any other design communities of practice, we have my friends who are also designers. For today, when I say the word like design community, I'm meaning all of the above. So this is kind of also a way for us to align on when we say that community, designers of community, what do we mean today? It could mean other design communities of practice. It could mean your coworkers. It could mean a designer you meet at a conference. I want you to think about it really broadly. Like we're just talking about the community, like design community in general. So we're going to get started now. And what I'll do is we're going to move on to thinking about first some of our negative ideas. What are some of the negative experiences we've had in design communities in the design field, and also why we think that they maybe have been negative. And then, as I said, afterwards, we'll go to the positive, but we'll start off a little bit with that. And what will happen is I will shortly open up the breakout room, but I wanted to just show you quickly what we will be doing in there before I open it up. So once we open up the breakout room, the Miro board, you'll see this part. So we have a large board with some different areas that we'll be working on today. And we'll open up to the negative. And you'll have an opportunity to do an individual brainstorm. So we'll open up the Miro board, put on some music, and you're going to write down some of your negative experiences, maybe not so like wonderful experiences with a large design field and community. And what you'll do is you'll write what it was and also why you think maybe it was not so positive. And we'll do this for 3 minutes. And then after that, you'll go into breakout rooms with 2 to 3 other people, and you'll have an opportunity to discuss with them. You'll share your experiences and start to discuss why you think maybe those memories were negative. And so all the directions are here on the board. So I'll open up those boards now and then give you an opportunity with those 3 minutes to individually brainstorm before we open up the breakout rooms. Are there any questions before we get started about what we're doing right now? Can also throw those in the chat. I'm also going to give you the link to the Miro board in the chat if you'd like to open it maybe in another window outside of Butter. Sometimes I know people have 2 screens and like to use one for the Miro board. So if you'd like that, the link to the board is in the chat as well right now. And so I'll bring everyone over to me. We'll start working on this negative side. And I'll put on a timer for 3 minutes and then some music. And just put in the chat or unmute yourself and let me know if you're not sure where we're working or what we're doing. A minute to go for this section. You can wrap up on whatever part you're working on. I'll open up the breakout rooms. You'll be in these breakout rooms for 6 minutes, and you will have the mirror board in the breakout room with you, so you can reference this if you want to as well. There'll be about 3 of you in each of the rooms, so about 1 to 2 minutes each to kind of go around and maybe discuss what these memories are and why we think they were negative. And then we'll come back after that.
I really didn't see that timer coming.
Yeah, I'd love to kind of just take a minute and maybe we can reflect a little bit on like what were some common themes that seem to contribute to your general kind of negative experiences that you had. Maybe you saw kind of patterns coming up or something. So they have a poll right here that we can kind of type those into, and I'll play a little bit of music and we can take about a minute to kind of consolidate our thoughts on this. Okay, so we have a lot of kind of really nice reflections here, thinking about where kind of maybe popularity of her kind of, you know, wanting to get our voices heard versus kind of giving some more depth and knowledge out there. I see lack of empathy. You know, thinking about how do we have these authentic kind of relationships in different ways as well, and also the general of like a lack of understanding of people knowing what we do. Maybe this is in the larger outside of the design community as well. So this should pop up in your in the chat, and then also it will come in your recap afterwards if you kind of want to take it back. But let's switch it over and look towards the positive now. So we're going to do the same kind of patterning. I'm going to open up the Mira boards and we'll get 3 minutes to think about the positive interactions, the positive things that have come out of interacting with our design community. So again, we'll have 3 minutes to individual brainstorm, and then we'll have 6 minutes in our breakout rooms as well. And this, we're just moving right over to the next section. I'll bring everyone over to me and be working here. So I'll throw on another timer and some more music. Under 30 seconds left for this. Okay, I'll open up those breakout rooms now, and hopefully we'll have a little bit more positive outlook. Welcome back again. We'll kind of do the same patterning, give you a moment of time to kind of think about what were some common themes that came up in the positive side as well. So I'll give you a minute, put on some music. Got a bunch coming in there. Everyone contributes in success. We will gonna turn off the music now. And what we'll do now is hopefully a bit more of the exciting creative side of this workshop is we're going to take these kind of reflections we had and kind of start to imagine what a future would be and create a collaborative collage with that. And so I'll just quickly kind of, again, show you what this might look like, and then I'll open up breakout rooms for you where you'll be able to create these collages together. So here we have different groups, and when the breakout rooms open, you'll have your specific board with you in that breakout room. So group one will have group one's board with them. And what you should do, you'll be in these rooms for 15 minutes, and you'll be able to kind of discuss a little bit of what does the future of a design community look like for you? Like, think about an ideal. And then you'll work together to create a collage that represents the kind of the ideas you've discussed, themes that we've talked about today. And you can use a bit of the toolkit that I've already provided, which just has a couple shapes and icons, but you can also use any of the mirror tools where you can bring in different images, different icons, and you'll have about 10 minutes to kind of create these images of what we can imagine a future of design community looks like. So I'll open up those rooms for you now. I'll let you know when 5 minutes is up, and you should start the fun, creative side of making these collages together. Hey, Ellie. Hey, everybody. Wish we had a little bit more time to kind of dive into these a little bit more, but we're a short hour today. We have a couple minutes left. So I'd love to hear from some of you guys. Share one exciting part of your future collage that you hope to see come true. And if you want to contribute, please, you can queue up and better. Again, on the left side panel, there's a kind of little queue button, and just let us know. Regina, thanks for getting us started. Regina, do you want to share an idea you had?
Yeah, so I put an idea that came kind of spontaneously to us in a service design conference. We did peer-to-peer portfolio reviews and like group of threes. Everybody was showing their portfolio, and we all just like had first impressions, comments, and any inputs and improvements that could be done. It was massively helpful for me, and I know that everybody else was also really happy with it because it was really practical and was advancing our work and how we display it. So that was really, really cool.
Nice. Yeah, I'm hearing small groups, kind of reflection, feedback on projects or ideas in the middle of processes, and maybe specifically with portfolios, but maybe that could be other parts of our work as well. Cool. We'll go Merrick and then Arena.
Something that stood out to me in our collaging was a spectrum of acceptance. So no matter where you're coming from or how you are that day, that you're accepted and you're welcomed, and maybe you're super participatory, maybe you're not, but that it's understood to be accepted, no matter where you're coming from.
Yeah, I love this. It makes me think of two different things. One is there's a gradient of engagement you can talk about in communities, and just because you're not like actively engaging doesn't mean you're not getting something and kind of working through it. And so, and that can also change over time. So having different opportunities at different times of how much we want to engage and how we want to engage in different ways. Cool. And we'll finish off with Arena. Oh, sorry, I think I muted you. I unmuted you. Go for it.
So I think it is a bit of a follow-up of this engagement, what you were mentioning, of creating, because like one thing that stood up was that we are, as a community, catering for different needs. So we have a holistic perspective of what design is, not only Figma and shortcuts. Creating like a resource box, for example, of a group, right? Like people that like they know how to do certain other stuff, or maybe they would like to learn, and then like creating these interactive sessions and what we can offer, right, to the community and what we can take back as well. Mm-hmm. So this talk, I don't know with the word in English, but
yeah, it's kind of the core of what community of practices are. Community of practices are places where people in a similar kind of area learn from one another. So that means teaching and learning at the same time, where you can kind of jump back and forth between the two of those. And I heard a little bit of that as well, maybe like co-creating some resources together that people can come back to at different moments. Cool. So we are at the hour, and I don't want to keep you longer. This isn't just going anywhere. There's a lot of people in this group are part of the next 3 series of workshops where we'll be co-creating the Guild's purpose and values and what practices that we do. And so we'll be taking the information, the negative, the positives in these collages, and utilizing that to build these different areas over the month of May. And so hopefully if you're not participating in those, we'll have some updates for you throughout the month and also some in June. So this just doesn't go anywhere. This wasn't for no purpose at all, but to let you know that. So we'll finish off here. And as you're heading out of the room, maybe you can think about what is one way that you can start doing some of this, making this a reality tomorrow. Feel free to enter that if you want. But also, I'm just going to play some outro music, and feel free to head out. And thank you all again. It was a really exciting, lovely session, and I hope to see you guys soon.
Loving you